In the book of First Samuel, there is a story of a giant named Goliath. He was of the Philistines, and he came up against the armies of the Lord. A young man whose name was David, who was small in stature and very young, came up against that giant. But David had something more than size and more than stature. David had the power of the living God within him. And that power enabled him to defeat that giant that came up against him. All of us face giants in our lives. All of us have challenges and obstacles, problems and situations and circumstances that we face on a daily basis. Some of them are long-term and some of them just happen in recent times. I want to suggest to you 4 ways to defeat the giants that are in your life. The first thing I want to suggest is to use what you have. God has given you all of the gifts, skills, and talents that you need to defeat the giants in your life, to come up against whatever it is that has come up against you. Maybe it's a sickness. Maybe it's a financial challenge. Maybe it's a problem in your family, with your children, with your loved ones, or with a friend. God has given you everything that you need to overcome that. Use what you have. Second thing I want to suggest to you is this. Do your work and do your best. All of us have a role to play in our own success or failure. All of us have a role to play in the victory that we can attain through God. But we've got to do our best and do our work. Third thing I want to suggest to you is, and it's aligned with the second, trust in God. Believe that you and God are a majority, that you and God can do anything and that nothing will be impossible for you. Trust God. Place your trust in God. My dean in seminary used to tell us all the time, you can trust in the trustworthiness of God. And you can. You really can trust in God. God has proven to you over and over and over. If you would just stop and think, if you would look back over your life and think about the things that God has done, the challenges that you've come through, the burdens that you've carried, and the fact that you made it through, you will know that you can trust in God. Finally, don't quit or give up until your work is done, until you've attained and achieved the victory. One of the things that David understood was that the giant had to be flat on his face before the victory was won. And so David fought the giant, one smooth stone, but he knew that that stone had to hit him square in the center of his forehead in order to defeat him. David did it, and he didn't quit until the work was done. Don't stop praying. Don't stop trusting. Don't stop believing until you get your miracle, until you achieve your blessing, until the victory is won. Don't quit till your work is done. Use what you have. Do your work and do your best. Trust in God. And don't quit until the victory is won. Don't quit until you're done with what God has called you to do. And if I believe as you believe, that if you do this, that you'll be able to win the victory and beat all the giants in your life, you will overcome. The victory will be yours.